So I'm actually interested to see how you will be different than Shannon this time around. At least you're having fun with Jessica, that's what's important. I really want you to propose. Or at the very least, kiss. That's all I want to see. I mean, it can be done in the most visual novel, horrible, stylistic, cheesy way possible. You like just have the two characters get close to each other and have like star kiss star. I will still fall in love with it. If you gave it your all, who cares if you lose? If you lost after hardly trying, you'd be grumbling and complaining about how you'd won if you had taken it seriously, right? I love that. I can't tell you how many times I have played games of either chess or Steam games or hell, even Pokemon, where I have given it my all, and at the very last second, someone snatched victory from me. But they gave it their all, and I was like, I can't be mad at you. You did it, you gave us your all, we had a good match. I am not a sore loser. That's the last thing that I am. I mean, I know, I will say this, I am salty. I am very salty, but I will accept it when I lose. And then immediately re-challenge. You know? I keep on thinking Canon's like 16. Is he like... I think he's 16. I've heard people say he's 14. That can't be right. He has to be older than Erika. I think Erika's 15. I don't know. The new canon is capable of explaining something new from this experience. I think this is a little bit of Bottler in all caps behind the scenes doing this. I feel like you've seen Canon grow throughout the entire game, and you want to do something behind the scenes, tweak him a little bit, maybe, you know, in a good way, not in any bad way. Nah, Shannon can do that. He had a lot. He's smiling again. That face of him smiling, alright? I can't express what that means to me. But as someone who has played this game since the beginning, since chapter 1, all the way up to this point, I've never seen him smile. It's slight. It's very slight. Like, you could miss it if you weren't paying attention. But, I mean, my gosh. That slight smirk on his, it's so good. It means so much. You would never think that a slight smirk means so much, but it does. It really does. Ever wanted to try playing guitar? That face too! Canon is growing up! I still love, hold on. I still love the cheesy smile of, Jessica over there. It's like this big fucking grin. Come on. Go for it, Canon. Go for it. It is. I think I've seen him smirk like that with his eyes closed, but I've never seen these facial expressions for him. It is a shame that Jessica died early in Chapter 5, but, you know, now we've got a new chapter, we got new stuff. Hopefully they won't die early. I'm really holding out for Erika to die, but you know, that's probably not gonna happen. So I want to mitigate it. Okay, if I had to pick who would die as the first Twilight, to mitigate, you know, all this story progression with everyone. To minimize the effect on them. Goda would definitely, like, I'm sorry to the characters I'm about to explain, but Goda barely does anything to other people. So he would be number 1 on the list. Kumasawa after that. I hate to say it, but Genji too. That's 3. So I had to find 3 other people. I think it would be best for Eva, like, based on Shannon and Canon's situation, it might be best for Eva, at the very least, to bite the dust. Not Hideyoshi. Eva's less willing to accept Shannon than Hideyoshi. As for Jessica's parents, I think that they would accept Canon. Give it a little bit of time. I'm not sure if Natsui would, but Cross probably. What is it with the women and not accepting the new lovers? I just now noticed that. And then, I don't know, who's useless? Maybe Butler can finally die in the first fucking Twilight and not cast suspicion on him. Like, that's seriously something that I never even think about, is Butler dying in the first chapter. Or, sorry, in the first Twilight. At the very least, can he die in one of the Twilights? Like, just so we can get out of the way that he's not the main killer. Because he survived every time, save for when Eva went mad with Gold. And seriously, I want to hold out for Butler, but, you know, it's getting harder and harder. It's stated in red that he's not the culprit. Yeah! Knox is second. Paranormal agencies cannot be used as a means of detective. He's not the culprit, but he might be an accomplice. I want him to die so I can clear suspicion of him. That's a shitty thing to say, but I'm fucking right, though, am I? Like, clearing suspicion of him would be right. Well, you're the only other guy her age who's normally on the island, who's also not her cousin. I mean, other than you, she has Genji and Goda. Okay, and none of them are around her age. You're like the only other guy. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but what made you particular that she found good in you? That's the real question. That's right, I think she got jealous about Shannon. This was in chapter 2. She was jealous about Shannon. And Cannon was just there. So they're not as far along as George and Shannon are. I mean, Shannon just accepted his marriage. So they're gonna get married as soon as they totally get off this island, and no corporate's gonna come by and be like, "Hi, I've noticed that you two are, gonna fall in love and get married. Alright, let me just end that stabby stabby," and just fucking end it like that, you know. But those two aren't. Yeah, see, that's the face he usually has. I mean, that's the first question I would ask, you know, after 4 or so days. hesitating, yes. But I think he's happy. I want there to be a happy ending to the story. Like, I haven't heard how this story ends. And I hope people in the comments won't tell me if it's bad or if it's good. If it's everything I want, or if they all die and that's the end. But at the very end, I want there to be a happy ending. But if there's not a happy ending, I'll accept that too. There wasn't a happy ending in Romeo and Juliet, and yet that's one of the most classic love stories that ever existed. I would venture to say that Umineko is a murder mystery love story. Buried deep within it, there's love. There's a story about love. And while not everybody signed on for that, those of you, like myself, who enjoy that, it's a bonus. It's a very nice bonus to this story. I mean, take back to Higurashi. The closest we got was Keiichi giving the doll to Mion, and that was kind of it, you know? It wasn't really a love story by any chance. But this book is different. I love it. Yeah. What are you talking about? Let me show you something. Shing! Arm blade. I would like to become human. He's still furniture. The single element that's love. I've been saying that since the beginning. The one element is love. Magic or miracle. That could be Butler, or that could be love. Oh, Angie, hi. I don't really get this last part. Angie. Angie. Come on. It's because it's important. Does Angie know? Does Angie know that Shannon and Cannon aren't human? Because this is exactly what I was tormenting myself in Chapter 2, and then Cannon just fucking grew a fucking sword out of his arms, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's what a fucking furniture is. At first I thought it was classes too. It's classic Romeo and Juliet. You got the rich girl, or the rich boy, and you got the poor girl, or the poor boy. Two different classes. Hell, Titanic, which is one of the highest grossing films ever made, just behind, I believe, Avatar, is that story. You've got Jack, the poor boy, and Rose, the rich girl, on, you know, the RMS Titanic. So, I mean, I don't know how you're not getting this, Angie. It's very important. Now, as for why, you know, they're calling themselves furniture, well, they're literally furniture. They are literally constructs created by Kinzo to do certain things. Shannon was given a heart. Cannon was equipped with offensive magic. And Genji was created with Renault's help. At least that's my headcanon. Right, that is the thing. They get married no matter what. In every chapter, she always accepts the ring. Even when she hesitated in chapter 1, her corpse does show that she accepted his love and accepted the ring on her left finger. If Higurashi has taught me anything, this is very important, because it's something that has happened multiple times, which means there's a strong will for it to happen. There's no magic. It always happens. Yet conversely, canon side, it almost never happens. It takes it takes magic in order for it to happen half the time. So no matter what, George and Shannon will be together. It doesn't matter if there's a brooch, it doesn't matter if there's intervention from Beatrice during the chapter, they fall in love. Kanon and Shannon, on the other hand, are different. Kanon and Jessica, on the other hand, are different. It's because they keep dying! Also, they're not even human. They're praying that the other will accept them for who they are. I mean, they call themselves furniture because, well, they're not lying. They are furniture. It's simple as that. It's something that they just have to get past. I mean, based on previous chapters, I know that Jessica's is very willing to accept Kanon, and so is George, but they only ever saw them in their final moments turn into these creatures that have shields and blades and everything. I want to know for true, right here, right now, in the middle of the night, what would Jessica do if Kanon pulled out his arm blade and said, "I am furniture, this is who I am. I am a construct of magic. Do you still love me?" It's nice to think that she still will, and based on the past, yes, she will. But remember, that was in her final moments when nothing else mattered. They don't know that they're constructs. Hell, that being said though, even George and Jessica both have magic. I physically have seen it for myself. There is no need for magic. It's not a one-way passion. It's not a one-way lust. They both love each other. The two sets of lovers, they both love each other. And while one is more along the line as the other, as one's just beginning and one is just, proposing, it still doesn't change the fact that it happens every time. Now, the one that starts beginning, that sometimes doesn't happen. The miracle might be because they keep on dying. I'm sure Featherine will tell us. That she might be praying for their love. Is furniture not allowed to love? That is the question. I have seen furniture love. I've seen furniture fall in love. Hell, there's a fucking purgatory girl for lust. And while lust isn't love, it is love from one person. So yes, I do believe they can love. We're going to continue this debate in the next episode. So until then, guys, I will see you guys then.